Hey friend, you are listening to the Pro Organizers Coach podcast. I'm your host, Samantha Brown. I'm a professional home organizer, decluttering specialist, and business coach. I created POC to empower you to reach new heights in your business. Through insightful interviews, expert guidance, and actionable strategies, we will equip you with the tools that you need to excel. This podcast is not just about tidying up spaces. It's about building a supportive sisterhood of passionate professional organizers. Whether you're a seasoned pro or you're just starting out, this podcast is for you. So let's do this. All right. So welcome back to the Pro Organizers Coach podcast. On today's episode, I have a one-on-one coaching call with Marcela, and she is from San Diego, California. She is just now starting her professional organizing business. And so we are going to coach around that and any questions she has, mainly about marketing to maybe start with, but then I'm sure, we'll just see how it goes. And so thank you, Marcela, for being on the podcast.
Thank you for having me here.
Awesome. So how can I best serve you today?
Yeah, so I'm just new in business, and right now I'm just trying to promote myself and learn how I can put myself out there. And also I have so many questions about how I'm supposed to build the structure of my business and how to go about things. I have questions about everything, I guess.
Awesome.
I'm not sure if I'm doing things right. I'm not sure what to do yet. So I have tons of questions about everything.
Yeah. And honestly, that's where every single person that has started an organizing business or any business normally, but specifically a professional organizing business, that's where you start, right? Because there's no to-do list of okay, just do these steps and then it'll work and it'll be perfect.
Yeah. Or just wanted to add something. Yeah. So there's no to-do list, and then everybody has a different journey, and that's not great either. Because it's if I had a to-do list, you just do this, and that, great, I would just follow. But everybody's different, so I kind of feel so lost because I don't know what's going to work out for me, and that's crazy.
Yes, yeah. Well, and honestly, that's been my goal in starting all of this with the podcast, the group coaching, the one-on-one coaching, the membership. Is because I remember that feeling of, you go on a Facebook group and you're like, okay, somebody will have the answer for me. And then you get 20 different answers and you're like, okay, well, let me try them all. And then it seems like you're throwing spaghetti at the wall, so to speak, and nothing is sticking, or you don't know what is or what isn't because you can't get feedback. So then you're just kind of like, well, now what?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I promise you, it's part of the process, unfortunately, in starting your organizing business. But hopefully today, having a conversation, we can at least figure out some ideas, and we can kind of figure out maybe what is working, what isn't working. And I do want to let the listeners know, just from the conversation you and I have had before, that you are from, is it Brazil?
Brazil. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're from Brazil and you moved to San Diego. So it's not like you have, friends and family to where you can just reach out to all of these people asking them to let you, do the organizing either for free or a discount. And so I think that has given you a little bit of a harder struggle than most people, because most people have either grown up in their area or they have groups of people that they can ask. And so I did want to ask you real quick, because we were talking about marketing earlier, and I think it's a good place to start. When it comes to the Facebook groups, what have you done on Facebook or the Facebook groups? Have you been able to put anything out there to offer your services, or kind of where are you with that?
No, I just pay attention to I just check exactly what people posting. And I try to learn from their experiences.
Yeah.
And I have posts maybe 2 or 3 questions throughout the year. But again, it's always there's always a lot of different answers. So it's I don't know, it feels right to me. And yeah. But I think that the point of the groups, it's that to say, you have questions. Okay, I have this situation. What am I supposed to do in here? What do you guys think I should do? not so much for like to expose your services, I think.
Yeah,
Looks
no,
like.
that's why I was kind of asking. Have you looked at any of your local mom groups to offer your services, or have you thought anything about that?
I did. I thought about it because I've heard that it's like a way
Mhm.
to try to promote yourself. But I see that a lot of mom groups don't allow you to post anything, can promote yourself.
Ah,
Yeah, so a lot of groups you can't do that. You can't just say, "Hey, this is my business," blah, 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 and post. It's not allowed. However, what you can do is to, if you see somebody saying, "Hey, I'm a mother and I need help," somebody organize, then you jump in there and then talk to them.
yes.
But if it's like, I can't just be on the groups all the time checking to see if there's anybody posting that. It's like, it's not that easy. So it apparently worked for some people, but I just don't know how that worked for them.
Yeah, well, one thing that I did at one point was I reached out to the owner of the actual group, and I kind of told her what it was I was trying to do, that I was actually trying to offer a really good deal that would benefit the people in her group. That it wasn't me
Hmm.
trying to just promote my course or my this or my that it really was me trying to help them just because I'm trying to get practice. And so I had one lady tell me no, but I had two other group owners tell me, oh, yeah, that's fine. Go ahead and post it. And so
Hmm.
maybe reaching out to the actual admin of the group and just letting them know, hey, I was wondering, I didn't want to disrespect your group or break the rules,
Uh-huh.
but this is what I would love to post to offer help to the moms in your group. Would that be something you would be okay with? And you may get a yes and you may get a no, but at least that might give you the opportunity to where, because even if one of them says yes, then that's at least one group that you can post in
Hmm.
offering your services for a discount to be able to get that practice and that, you know, the before and after photos and the testimonials and stuff.
Hmm. There's a group that I'm part of. It's like a San Diego women business in business, something like that. So I did post something and they deleted my post after that. But I had some people reach out to me because I was asking if somebody was like interested in getting a space organized and exchange for photos and
Mhm.
reviews. And I had a few people reach out to me. So I'm actually like going to, for like a few weeks now, going to somebody's place to try to organize a few things and take some photos. So yeah, it was good.
Hey, that's more than you had last week.
Well, I guess I didn't mention that last week, but
Oh,
that was already happening.
oh, okay. Well, that's good. Hey, I mean, point is you've got to start somewhere, right?
Yeah,
Like it starts with one or two, and then the
yeah.
momentum can kick in. But if you don't even, where you can lose hope is if you don't even have that one or two options. But as long as you have the other option is, I don't know what your home is like, but I even took photos in my own closet and in my own pantry. Like I decluttered my own pantry, decluttered my own closet, and took those before and after photos. I was also curious about your coworkers. Do you have any coworkers that you could maybe offer like a really discounted rate of just like, hey, for $40 or something, I'll come if like for 2 hours and help you declutter an area if you'll give me a good
Mhm.
review and let me practice?
I never thought about it, but I guess I can check in with them.
Yeah. Yeah, because, the point right now is to kind of get as many people out there as you can to know that you're offering this option
Yeah.
because word of mouth is your biggest marketing tool that is going to work. And so even if, yeah, you may only get 40 or $50 from this one job from this one person, but that person may go to their Christmas party and tell their whole family about it. And all of a sudden, you've got 4 phone calls.
Yeah.
You just make sure to tell them this introductory rate is for you only. I normally charge. And that way they know when they're telling other people what you charge, or, making sure that your website's up to date to where when they do go and look at your website, then they know what you actually charge. That way you're not giving everyone this $40 deal or,
Mhm.
or $50 deal, whatever price you come up with that makes it worth it for you.
I do have a few people. I have like a close friend that she actually needs help with the closet, and she's paying me for this. So I am going to do her closet. So that's a good thing. I have another
Yes.
person too that's like a friend of my husband. She has an idea. She wants to like organize something, and she's like a painter and she works with people in homes. So she might be a good connection. So she's somebody too that I can work on. The person that I'm working right now to go in her place and take before and after photos, she's really good. She supports a lot of business women, and she has every time I go, well, most of the time, she's always has somebody to like refer. Like, I think this person needs help organizing. So she always has ideas. She does nanny on the side. It's like, I think this mom, she has a 1 week old baby. I think she needs help. Want to talk to her. I mean, I'm getting there. Things are
Good.
progressing slowly that they are.
Yeah, and that's the point at first, right? Is like I think that, we think, okay, I'm going to get my website up, I'm going to get my Google business page, I'm going to get everything set up, and then the clients are just going to start showing up all the, nonstop. The problem is if let's say today you had 5 phone calls of 5 people that all needed you to organize this week, would you be even ready to do it? And the answer would be no, because you've not had these almost like practice runs to start with. Like, it's better in the long run for you to start a little slower. I know for us, it feels not the best,
Mm-hmm.
but it's slow and steady at first because it gives you confidence. And so then the more of those sessions that you're doing that are more for friends or people and then that word of mouth gets around, and then your confidence is built to where by the time you do start getting those phone calls coming in that are from strangers, you know what to do because you've already been doing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I can say that. I agree.
Yeah.
Did I tell you? I don't think I mentioned that before, but because I've been going to those network meetings, that's a good thing too, to expose yourself. I just came from one right now.
Oh, good.
So somebody kind of referred me to this online magazine or something called Shout Out SoCal. So I was able to have an interview. And then, so that was a good thing. For me, that's a small win. And then, so I posted on my Instagram, and I had a coworker actually reach out because I work in one location. She works at the other one. And she's like, hey, I have a business. I'm starting a new business too. Maybe we can trade services. And then she offered me to go there and organize. And then in exchange, she give me a massage. So that's another person that I can go and do something too. So it's going slowly.
Yeah, that's amazing. Because honestly, it's hard to see in ourselves sometimes, like how far we've come in such a short time. But just like 2 weeks ago, when you and I talked, you literally felt like it wasn't coming at all. You were kind of in this place of like, what do I even do? I feel like it's the throwing spaghetti against the wall. I'm not sure that anything's happening. Like, you were just kind of really down that day about the progress of it actually working.
Well, I still feel that way, but I can see it's going slowly, but it's going. Because
Yeah.
that's the thing. I guess we talked about this 2 weeks ago on the meeting. We look at those Facebook groups, and then it seems like a lot of things are happening for a lot of people, and I'm like, why is that not happening to me yet? At this point, I should be in this place, and I'm still here, and it feels like it's never going to happen. So I just feel like I have this anguish inside of me.
Yeah. How often are you getting on those Facebook groups? Because and the reason
All the time. I get
okay.
notifications all the time. So I'm always like looking, okay, let's see what this is.
Yeah. So for me, I got to a point in the beginning where I had to turn those off because it was that exactly what you just said. Every time I was seeing what someone else was doing, it was making me feel so inadequate in what I was doing that I had to, for a period of time, turn that off. It's still there if you want to go look at it and if you're in the mood to look at that stuff, but that way it's not constantly beeping at you. And,
Yeah.
because you lose your train of thought, you lose your momentum, you lose the confidence you're building because all of a sudden you see what someone else is doing and now you're discouraged. compared to
Yeah.
before you looked at it, you were happy and excited and it felt like things were going good and you got a win. And then you look at someone else's post and now you're like, oh, well, I'm not doing that great. So I suck,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that might be a good idea for just a little bit. You don't have to do it forever.
Turn it off. Yeah. I think
Yeah.
that would be good.
Yeah. Because the point of this, right, is this shouldn't be super stressful. Like, yes, there's those points in starting that we have to learn new things. So we hit a point of contention where we have to kind of decide how we're going to maneuver it. But that's not stress per se. That's us growing and learning. What you want to try to keep from happening is when you're so stressed that you feel like giving up, because this should be fun. This is exciting. You're growing a business. Like, you've got to remember sometimes the bigger vision just to kind of keep it in your head. Remember your why. Why did I start doing this? But then bring it back down to, okay, now what can I do today?
Hey friend, do you ever find yourself stuck, unsure of your next steps, but you know you are ready to turn your passion for organization into a thriving business? Well, then look no further. My 8-week one-on-one coaching program is your roadmap to success. I will personally be by your side week by week, offering you the expertise and support that you need to launch your very own organizing business. The benefits that you can expect from my program: 1, you will get personalized guidance that fits your unique business goals and challenges. 2, expert insights. You can tap into my industry experience and knowledge for confident decision making. 3, business strategy. You will learn proven marketing, client acquisition, and growth strategies. 4, accountability. You will stay motivated with regular check-ins and progress assessments. And 5, weekly homework so you know what the next steps are that you need to take to grow your business. While our membership focuses on group coaching, this is your chance for exclusive one-on-one sessions, ensuring personalized attention as you launch your business. Are you ready to invest in your future? For just $697 or 2 easy payments of $397, you will unlock 8 hours of personalized coaching. Imagine stepping out on the other side with your business primed and your first clients in tow. The value speaks for itself. If this isn't an investment that pays off, I don't know what is. Email me at proorganizerscoach@gmail.com or click the link in the show notes. Do not hesitate. Secure your spot now, and let's make your business dreams a reality.
I know I have to persevere, right? When you have a business, you have to persevere and then believe in yourself that things will work out. So yeah, I'm still struggling with that, but I'll get there. I'll get there.
Well, and while you're struggling, I'll just believe for you. And I'll just keep reminding you it's coming. Because it has to. As like you said, as long as you're staying on this path of, telling people what you're doing, offering your services, I mean, it has to come because the word will get out. People will talk. As long as you make sure that the client experience that you're giving is from the heart and that you're actually helping people, which you will, then it will come. There's no doubt in my mind that it will come. It just takes a little bit more time than we think it's going to.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And I know we had talked about this before, but remind me, when did you actually, when was the first time that you either posted or told someone, I am offering a service, that I'm an organizer and this is what I can do for you?
September.
Yeah,
that's when I think I kind of went and made it official. I started going to network meetings. I have my website. I have everything set up just to make it official, Now I'm doing this. So yeah.
So it's been 8 weeks.
Yeah. 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 2 months. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's only been 2 months is my point.
But that's the thing, because I see people sometimes, I got my clients in a month or a month and a half, or I started with family and friends. And it took off from there. And I'm like, why am I still like waiting for clients, getting, exposure? And it feels like I'm failing, it's never going to happen. That's how it feels like.
Yeah. Yeah. But you said yourself that you live in a new area. You don't have a huge list of family and friends. What if these people that you're seeing literally had Aunt Betty, Uncle Joe, cousin
Yeah.
Sarah? That was all of their new clients. What if that was when they said it, like, oh, I got all these new clients, and it was literally their aunt, their uncle, and their cousin?
Yeah.
And whenever people post on social media, they're putting the perfectness of themselves out there. Like
Yeah.
they're putting their wins, they're putting what they want other people to see.
Exactly.
And for you, if you wanted to take what you already have going, if you were to flip that and decide to put that on social media, your post literally could be, I have a job coming up in however many weeks. I've got a coworker. I've got a lady that's giving me a massage and trading with me. And heck, I'm getting a free massage. I've got, everything you just listed a few minutes ago of all of the sessions that you already have lined up. Does it matter that it's quote unquote like at a lower rate? No, because that's not the point. The point is that you're getting there. And the point is that you're getting your referrals and you're getting your testimonials and you're getting word of mouth out there, and you're getting so much more from these sessions than what you realize you're getting. And I think for you, you're almost thinking, oh, well, I don't have a session yet that is a full paid session, so I don't really have a client.
Yeah, kind of. I don't have like somebody actually contacting me through my website or something. It doesn't feel like a real client to me. Like I don't have people calling me. It doesn't feel like it exists yet.
Yeah.
Because I didn't get those kinds of calls.
So tell me, what is the definition of a client for you?
Probably those people that will contact me. Like they will look me up on Google and then contact me. Because see, that's the thing. Like I feel like I go to those network meetings and it feels like everyone is like, oh, good. They feel so confident. I can see that they show confidence in what they're doing. And it feels like to me, I don't know, maybe I'm, we see one part of them on Facebook and Instagram, right? Maybe those people are posting things and make it looks like that they have a lot of clients and maybe they don't. And then, but that's what I'm seeing. And I feel like, oh my God, they're like success. They're really good. And I'm still here. I have people like clients, like real clients that will contact me out of nowhere. And hey, I found out about team organizing. Can you come in here and organize my space? That's how it feels like. And it's hard to go to the network meetings and feel confident about myself.
Yeah. Now let's real quick. If you had to count a client as someone, doesn't matter the pay, doesn't matter what you're getting in return, but you are walking into their home to organize a space for them, then how many clients do you technically have if you counted those people as clients?
Since the beginning? Since right now?
Yeah, like over the past few months or as of now, or the ones that have already booked with you?
I don't know. I have to count. I have this person, Ava. I have Danielle. I did my friend Camilla. I did the guy, the shenanigans. I mean, the family. I did the home office. Cassandra, the artist, might be somebody. Well, 5 so far.
Yeah.
And I mean, and there's possibilities. The massage girl, it's a possibility. The nanny, the girl, it's a possibility. So 7.
So 7 clients in 8 weeks, but you're not succeeding.
Yeah. I mean, my friend Camilla and the guy, the home office that I did, that was before that. I did before I made it official, but it was something.
Of course. And that's my point. I'm trying to get you to see for yourself, for your confidence, for the way you're feeling, because that's what this is about, right? Like, this should be exciting for you. This should be fun. And at this moment, the only things that are running through your mind are all of the I don't haves or this hasn't happened yet, compared to, oh, I have done this and these things are coming down the pipeline for me. And oh my goodness, this person, every time I see her, she's thinking of someone else I could help because she's so happy with who I am and how I interacted with her. It took me 4 months from the moment I launched to get a phone call. 4 months. And she was my very first client. And then from there, I'm trying to think. I think it took another 2 months before I got my second client.
Oh, wow. Okay, so I feel good now because that's what kind of feedback I wanted to hear from people. Because it feels like people are just like rolling, that's client after client, and it makes me feel like bad about myself because I don't get to hear those types of stories,
Yeah.
And okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. I mean, and honestly, that's what I want. Like, I want to tell people the truth of how this actually is. I'm not trying to put anything fake out there or what I wish it would have been or, I want to make sure people know that like the struggle is real in the beginning. There is a lot of inner work that you have to do just to be able for this thing to grow.
Yeah.
But the faster that you do your own inner work is the faster that the business grows. And I know it sounds crazy, but it's true.
No, it doesn't. You're talking about like getting a confidence and everything,
Yeah.
believing in yourself, right? Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Yeah. And I heard a coaching client or a coaching teacher that whenever I was getting my coaching certification, she said that the way she grew her business was every day she told 3 people about what she could do for them. That was her only goal. It wasn't to get the job. There was nothing beyond that except her goal was to tell 3 people per day. And if she told those 3 people per day, she won her and she met her goals for the day.
Good. I know. It's like small steps, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And
Small
sometimes
win.
what if it's as simple as that?
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that.
And for you, I know that right now, like you're struggling in a sense because you're still working a daytime job, your daily job, quote unquote, and trying to build this thing.
Yeah.
But you are actually in a way better place than a lot of other people who had already quit their job and then started trying to build it, or they were coming from a place of like, motherhood and they're about to like lose their house and now they're trying to build it, or like the circumstances could be worse. I know it's hard to go without sleep sometimes and it's hard to push through, but the pushing through is knowing that very soon you're going to have a lot more organizing days than you do working days at your regular job, and that's the goal. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I just hope that if I can make a projection, and I don't know if it's realistic or not, I mean, a year from now, I'm working full time with this. We'll see.
Yeah, well, and let's talk about that real quick, right? Because when mentally you project something in your mind and you're looking forward and you're setting a goal and you're kind of like not meditating on it, but you've got to see it and break it down to make it more realistic. And so what does full-time work for you look like? Like if ideally in 1 year, how many like sessions per week would you be doing? Or how much money would you be making per week? Like which one of those would kind of determine?
That's a tough question because right now I'm not sure what being fully booked means.
Right.
And I think it's different for everybody, for every organizer.
Of course.
I would say it would be like a combination of both. Like I said, definitely making at least the same amount of money that I'm doing right now. It's not like a lot of money, but it's a decent amount of money. But I can see that you can make good money with organizing. So hopefully, I don't know, 2 or 3 years, I can make like good money.
Well, how about in 1 year you can make good money? But what would that number be for you per week
For a week?
that would make you feel like, wow, that was an amazing week and I am successful?
For a week. I don't know, but I would say at least if I can make $2,000, $2,500 a month, I would be happy.
Okay, so let's say
I would be happy.
let's say $2,500 a month. You break that into 4, and let's say 2,400 just for my math. But that's essentially $600 a week, right?
Yeah.
So let's say that you are, most organizers charge anywhere between 50 and 100, but you're in San Diego.
Well, I'm charging $60 an hour right now to start.
Yes.
That's my rate.
And by a year from now, you will definitely have gone up because that will not feel like enough. I promise you. So let's say even, I don't know, just to keep it on the lower side, even if you stayed at the $60 per hour, you would need to work 10 hours per week.
That's great.
Right? Like, and if you were doing like, let's say 4-hour sessions at 3 sessions per week, working 3 4-hour sessions per week, you would be making over what you would consider successful.
Great.
Right. And that's my point is like, when you break the numbers down, all of a sudden it doesn't seem like, oh, I need 50 clients every week and I need to be working 60 and 70 hours per week to make my goal.
Mhm.
It's not that at all. Now, are there
Mhm.
also the hours, and the reason organizing does cost more is because we also have the back end of stuff that we have to do, right? Like the marketing and that, and we're not getting quote unquote paid for that. But the actual physical organizing hours, you could literally work 3 days a week organizing. If you had 3 sessions per week, you would be successful by your definition.
Mhm. Sounds good.
Yeah, and it's way more feasible than, if you were like, oh, I need 10 sessions per week, or I need,
Right.
because right now in your mind, before we broke it down into what those numbers meant, it's almost like a never ending list, right? Like I need 50 clients. I need 100. I don't even know how many clients I need. I just know I need a lot of clients
Yeah.
when you really
But-
don't.
But how you get consistency?
You keep at what you're doing right now.
Yeah, if I work full time, if that's the way that I envision myself as a successful organizing business woman in the beginning, because on those Facebook groups, I see like some people have ups and downs and like they have slow seasons. And how do I go about that? How do I make sure that I always have a steady amount of clients to make that number consistent every month?
Yeah. Yeah. So there's a couple ways. One is on the months that you have extra, like maybe if for like a month, let's say you had 4 clients every week and you're like, oh, I'm doing really good this month, then maybe the amount of money for one of those clients per week, you put back for the times when it's slow, you have money to pull from. So, so you're never stressed about your bills. The other way on the marketing side of it is exactly what we were just talking about a minute ago. It's constantly telling people what you're doing. It's on Facebook, on Instagram, the time once you get your before and after photos, it's making sure to be posting those. It doesn't have to be hard. I literally go into Canva and I searched in the Canva bar before and afters, and I found one that had these 2 long lines. Like it literally essentially just had a line down the middle and had 2 photos. And I put the before photo on one side, the after photo on the other, and I posted out.
Interesting.
And it's simple, but if I'm posting those and no one says you can only post the before and after photo from what you did this past week. If it was something you posted 6 months ago, well, and you don't have anything to post that week, well, then repost the one from 6 months ago. Like you can definitely take your content and continue to use it.
Yes. Somebody told me that you can always repost things.
Yes, absolutely. And repurpose your content always. And but I really think it's more specifically for right now. It's about you telling people what you can do for them. The way you will stay consistent later on are two things. One is going to be your client experience, like when you leave, how they feel. Because then they are going to start being your marketers. They're going to start telling people about you.
Mm-hmm.
But at first, you have to tell people about you to get that ball rolling.
Uh-huh. Okay. I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah. And, so maybe would it be helpful for us to kind of like talk real quick and me pretend to be like someone that you were going to walk up to and tell me what you do, so you can kind of get the jitters out and see, just kind of like, let's pretend I was sitting at the coffee shop and you saw me and I looked like your ideal client or looked like somebody that might need organizing done. What would you be able to walk up and say to me?
Yeah, that's tough. I haven't figured everything out. I'm still learning. I guess I would just say, hey, I'm a professional home organizer. If you need help, you need space in your place, I can definitely help you do that. Like I said, I don't know. That last time when I talked to you, you gave me an idea. You make the introduction first, and you talk about how you work and all your prices, how everything is. So
that's if they call you.
If they call me. Okay.
Yeah, those are the people that call you. Like when they call you, you want to make sure that you let them know the details of what it looks like to work with you. But what I'm saying is, on the idea of if you were to tell 2 to 3 people per day what you do, it literally could be as simple as, which first off, do you have business cards?
Yes.
Okay, so it's as simple as having your business card, walking up to whoever and being like, hey, you look so pretty today, or hey, I just wanted to let you know real quick that I'm a professional home organizer. And so if you need help decluttering or organizing, I'm your girl. Here's my card.
Okay.
Like, it's very simple. And then you don't just like walk away. You give them a second. And you could even, depending on how much time you have and how busy they look, because some people are really busy and you want to make it quick.
Yeah.
But if they look like they're sitting there or they're open, you could even walk up to them and be like, hey, my name's Marcela. I just wanted to come over and say hi and let you know that I'm a professional home organizer. I help people declutter their homes. That is the phrase that you want to make sure to tell people, because everyone is so stressed by the clutter in their home. And when you say I'm a professional home organizer, their mind goes to that like Pinterest worthy type stuff.
Yeah.
And so there's kind of a disconnect, because for them, they're like, oh, I could never afford that. And my home isn't perfect anyways. So that's just not for me. But if you say, hey, I just wanted to let you know that I'm a professional organizer and I help people declutter their homes, that's the phrase that is going to get them to be like, oh, girl, I can use you, or I know someone. And if they don't say anything, then you could literally just say, and so I just wanted to let you know that if you are interested, or anyone else that needs help decluttering or organizing their home, I just wanted to give you my business card and I really appreciate your time.
Okay. Sounds good.
Like
I'm going to write it down.
Okay. Like it's very simple. But you want to make sure in that elevator pitch that it's straight to the point, but you're telling them how you can help them or someone they know. Because no offense, but they could care less about you. They care about what you could do for them.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I agree.
So you just want to make sure that when you walk up, especially for females, right? Like if she has really cute shoes on, or you love her purse, or like, some kind of compliment that you can give that's just like, oh my gosh, I saw how cute your shoes were and I just had to come over. But I wanted to tell you real quick, I'm a professional home organizer and I help people declutter their homes. So if you know anyone that would need my services, I would love to give you my business card. But girl, those shoes are awesome.
Mm-hmm.
You know, almost like a praise sandwich, even to where you're like complimenting her, you're telling her what you want her to know, and then you're complimenting her at the end. And then it could literally be, you know, that. And then if you're standing there, she may even be like, oh my gosh. So, you know, like she may start asking you questions. And the amazingness in that is that the more one-on-one of a conversation you can have with someone, the more they're going to trust you enough to remember you and to then call you or to, you know, she may not call you, but as she's leaving the cafe, she might be like, oh my gosh, my mother could really use these services. I need to give her this card. And you may not hear from that person for 4 months, but 4 months from now, you may get a call. Like just yesterday, I got a call from a lady from a post I put out on Facebook 2 months ago. She called me because her daughter saw the post and her daughter sent her my information. And so then she called me. So it took some time because of all of the, you know, but it was literally a post I had written on Facebook of just, hey, I'm having a holiday special, because you want people, and this is kind of later on for you, but just to kind of go over it real quick, is you want people to feel like they only have a short time to get something at this price, right? So like when you're, you know, when it's the holiday time or it's back to season time, I always like to put some kind of post that's like, okay, so as long as I'm doing a holiday special where you get a $50 discount. And so it's only $197, but that $197 gets you 3 hours of decluttering and organizing time. And I haul off all of the trash and donations at the end of the service. And you can get all of that for $197. So you don't have to be the only one getting your home ready for your family this season, you know, or something along those lines. Like you just want to make sure that, you know, a lot of people don't believe in telling the price. I'm of the mind frame that if someone doesn't tell me the price, I'm not even going to call. I'm just not because I'm going to assume it's way higher. Like if they can't even put the price somewhere, then it's so too high that I can't afford it.
Yeah, no, I think it's good to have a price.
Yeah. Yeah. So how are you feeling? Like, what are your thoughts on kind of what we've talked about so far?
Just trying to take it in.
Yeah.
Just trying to take it in. I like everything that we're talking about like now. I need to like think about this later because it takes me a little bit of time sometimes.
Yeah.
To go through, and then it takes some time to fully process everything. But I'm here, I'm listening. I like everything.
Absolutely. So what other questions, or like where have you like, do you have any other questions or where you've been getting kind of stuck here recently or anything that's been coming up for you?
Yeah. So we talked about like doing like in-person consultations, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my question is, I know you mentioned that you think that's like worth it to go and have a free consultation in person.
Yes.
And I guess my concern is always like, what if somebody's like lives like very far away, and you talked about the travel fee. I'm not sure how I can explain those kinds of fees to people I don't know. Right now, I don't know anything. I'm so unsure about things. I'm not sure like how to say, well, so I charge a travel fee. The reason why is because of this and that. I'm not sure how to express that. And I guess my fear is always like, what if I go very far and then that doesn't turn into a job? And how do I go about that?
Yeah. And so there's a couple things there with what you just said, right? First off, is your fear is, what if you go too far and it doesn't turn into a job? But if you have a travel fee, then you've at least gotten paid for that amount of time if it's a far job.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if it's a closer job that you're not charging a travel fee for, then you are still getting something. You're honing your skill of being able to do consultations. And you may not get the job that moment, but they may call you a couple weeks from now and be like, okay, we thought it over and we've decided that we want to, like, a no right now is not a no forever from people.
Mm-hmm.
But I promise you, that's what I was trying to explain to you. I promise you, if you can get in front of people and just have a conversation and they can feel who you are, your compassion, and you spend time talking to them, 95% of the time they're going to hire you because now they know you. So they're not going to call some other organizer, because why would they go about that when they already have met you and they already know and like you? So doing that free consultation is kind of twofold. It's letting them know who you are, because just over a phone call, you're not going to stand out. You're not going to be any different than anyone else they can call. But tell me how far you would be willing to travel for free to do a consultation and still feel like it was worth it.
I don't know. I don't have those questions figured it out. I guess, like, regardless of money or charging or not, I would go like 30 miles away. Most. Not more than that.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if I should charge if I go over like the 15 miles or 20. And I'm not sure yet. I don't know.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And that's okay. You have to tweak these things as you go. But the point is, you just have to start somewhere, right?
Yeah.
So just pick whatever feels right for you. And if it doesn't seem to be landing, then you pivot. And that's okay. That's part of growing a business. And so what if, because you and I were talking, you ideally would like to stay in the area that's right around your home, right?
Yeah.
So how far out from your home is that? Is it like 15 minutes? Is it 20 minutes? Like
15, 20, 30 most.
Okay. So let's say that your little town, your little area of ideally where you would want to stay is, 20 minutes, right?
I would say 20, like 30 minutes to be fair.
Okay. And 30 feels good, right? So if 30 minutes, when someone calls you and they are talking to you and they ask you, what is your process? And you say, I do a free consultation for anyone within 30 minutes of my home. Anyone from 30 minutes to whatever your total travel distance you're willing to do is, like an hour, 45 minutes, whatever that frame is, then I charge a fee of X dollars, whatever you feel that number is for you to be able to come out to do for the consultation. So they've called you. They said, hey, Marcela, I saw, I was looking on your website. I think I really would love to hire you. What is the process? And you say, well, the first step is that I do a free consultation for anyone within 30 minutes of my home. And if it's over 30 minutes, then I charge. What would make you feel like it was worth it to drive?
I don't know. I don't know if people
40
charge.
minutes.
I even tried to look it up, and I see people charging $20, $25. Or they charge per mileage. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm going to go with 20, 25.
Okay. And let's say it's like, like if it was a 45-minute drive, then you let them know I charge a $25 traveling fee for the consultation. And that's all you have to say.
Okay.
It's literally as simple as that.
I do have a question for you, but the thing is, how do I display that on my website? Because I'm always like going back and forth.
You literally write it out. You write exactly as, so when you're on your website, you want what you say or like what you write down to be as if you were explaining it to someone, like exactly what you would say, because then when they're reading it, it makes sense to them.
But I want to be more specific, like, because what would be like the first initial step? Phone call, right?
Yeah.
Somebody's going to contact you, so you're going to call them.
No. Your first step's the consultation because like they have already called you. They have already looked you up, or they're on your website and they have filled out the form. So you could even put step 1 is you fill out my contact form.
But what if they just call me? They have my number listed and then they call me. Because I kind of switch and I put like, oh, we have a 20, 30-minute phone call. And then from there, we have a in-home consultation. I don't know. That's confusing.
But see,
I never know.
And I think that's where you're like, you're getting so detailed. Everyone knows they have to at least reach out to you somehow, some way, or how else are you going to know they need organizing?
No,
So,
I know.
So it's a given that they either need to fill out your contact form or that they need to call you. That's a given. So
you don't think I should display that on my website? Say we're going to have a phone call first to see what we for a good match or not, and then I'll go for an in-home consultation?
No.
Your
consultation is to see if you're a good match.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Because the phone call, you're not going to learn very much on the phone call whatsoever, unless you just get complete heebie-jeebies and then you tell them you're booked out and that that you'll send them another professional organizer's information because you're just so booked out right now. But that's not going to happen if you get someone that gives you the heebie-jeebies. That has never happened to me. But I just want to put that in there as a disclaimer. Like if some weirdo calls you, right?
Okay.
But the average person, all of your clients, when they call you let's go back, when they're looking at your website and they're like, oh, she looks cute. How is it that she is, how do I work with her? What are her steps? On there, you literally like your steps for organizing are you do a free in-home consultation within 30 minutes of your home. Anything beyond 30 minutes has a $25 travel fee. Then step 2 is we book the session and my sessions are this many hours for this price. Step 3 is maintenance. And it's literally as simple as that. Or like let me send you and I think I meant to before, but let me send you my website and you can see kind of how I have described what I do. I kept it. Okay, I kept it very simple. Did you look at my actual organizing website, like for my professional, like not Pro Organizers Coach, but my actual website for me being an organizer?
Yeah, live, love, laugh,
organize. Yeah.
But I have a question with that because I know what you're talking about exactly. But
okay.
I'm not sure what you mean by the because I see you charge by the hour. And then you have the maintenance, but what exactly does that mean? Because we know that one session is you're not going to get them just one session.
No, yeah. So what it is the maintenance session means that like after we get done with all of their sessions, maybe 4 months down the road, that's a maintenance session. So those are maintenance sessions of like, we've already done all the organizing. We've already done all the decluttering. But life happens, you order a bunch of Amazon, you need me to come back and help you. That's a maintenance session. But the actual sessions, the way that I put it on there of like what I charge, it's this many hours, and then I haul off all of your donations and trash.
Yeah, I saw that. But my question is, because since I was just getting there, probably maybe like, let's say like a client, I was looking at it, I was getting an understanding that maybe we do 1 3-hour session, then from that will be maintenance. That's my understanding of it. So I was like, I'm not sure if that's what it is.
Gotcha.
But no, you're explaining to me. So basically you offer your package, your hours, and then however hours it will take, and then later if they need, they do like a maintenance thing.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And I explain all of this when they call me. Like the website is for them to almost get interested, right? Like you don't want all of your tips on the website to where they don't even reach out to you because you've answered everything. You
Mhm.
want them to be like, oh, well, I need to call her because I actually had a couple questions about a few of these things. So then they call. And then during the phone call, that is the biggest piece of when like I told you before, explain to them everything, like they call me and then it's, oh yeah, so the way that I work is I do a free in-home consultation. It'll probably take 45 minutes to an hour. We'll walk through the space. You can show me kind of what's going on so I can come up with a game plan. At the consultation, we will then set up our first session. The session, is $297 for 3 hours. It includes a 3-hour session, plus I haul off all the trash and donations at the end of that session. And before I leave that session, we will set up our next session.
Oh, okay.
And then I also tell them, some of my clients want to do their whole house within a couple of weeks. If you're interested in that, that's great. We can set up multiple sessions back to back. If you feel like you only want to do one a week or, one every 2 weeks, I'm very flexible. Whatever is most comfortable for you mentally and financially, I'm good with.
Okay. So I have a question. So with the maintenance, what exactly will be the maintenance for you?
Oh, a maintenance is literally just another session. It just sounds good, right? Like it's literally a session, but it just means like it's so many months down the road that I already know that client. And normally by the time we get to the maintenance session, I can do it without them because I've already worked with them. I already know them. I'm just going back and getting things kind of back to the way they were when we did it originally.
Okay. Okay. Makes sense.
And, I think it's for you, it may even be helpful to write these things down. Like, I think for you to have a sheet you could read off of almost word for word. Like, when I get a phone call, here's what I say. And then, that way you're not like stumbling because it's only going to take you a couple times of saying it before it'll just roll off of your tongue after that. But those first few times, it might be nice to have some kind of thing written out that you could almost read off of.
I have another question really quick.
Yeah.
Do you think I should display kind of like the same way that you have your business structure for my services, having the price, the services, and then the maintenance thing? You think that would work for me?
I mean, I think that would work for you. Or I think if you want to add the phone call at the beginning and take away the maintenance thing, I just didn't want to overwhelm people, right? Like I didn't want to put 6 steps and it's, you look at my website, then you call me, then this, then that, But if for you putting on there, we have a 20-minute phone call and then we do the free in-home consultation. If that feels better for you, then do it that way.
No, the reason I'm asking because I just want to I just don't want to be like copying you and things like that.
Oh,
So I want to
listen,
make sure
copy
that
whatever you want.
it's just that I want to be authentic. I think everyone needs to be authentic. So I don't want to feel like I'm kind of somehow like copying you. But I like the way you did it, your structure, everything, your business. So I wasn't thinking about doing like a maintenance thing, but I think it sounds like a good structure.
Yeah.
And so I'm just asking you if you think that would be a good thing for me to try and structure my business like that. And then maybe I can work on my website and redoing that. Plus, I don't like the way my service page is anyway.
Oh yeah, we've got our group calls tomorrow. I hope you can come to one of them. And then
I'll be there.
Perfect. And then if you had any follow-up questions, just email them to me. But your homework. That's what I was going to go over with you. Got to end with the homework. So you're going to start telling people whatever number you feel good with per day, even if you have to start with 1 per day, that's okay. But you're going to start telling people what you do and how you can help them. And then you are going to turn off your notifications from the groups that keep stressing you out.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing.
Yeah. And then, just continue to like tweak your website and stuff, but you're getting there. And your other piece of homework is to remember that you've gotten 7 clients in 8 weeks. Like you're killing it.
Okay. All right.
Truly, like you're killing it. It took me 4 months to get my first client. You're killing it.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right, I'll take that.
Okay, good. Well, I will see you tomorrow.
I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us on this episode of the Pro Organizers Coach podcast. If you've gotten any value from today's episode, be sure to subscribe to our podcast and leave us a 5-star review on your favorite podcast platform. It really helps us grow, and it warms my heart to hear from you. And make sure to stay connected with us on socials at Pro Organizers Coach. Then go to proorganizerscoach.com to find all the ways that we can help you succeed in your business. You have the power to make a difference in people's lives through decluttering and organization. Keep honing your skills, embracing those challenges, and fostering connections within our organizing community. Progress will come with every step, so keep pushing forward and you will achieve your dreams. Girl, you've got this.